Let's be real. You grab a quick sandwich, it's delicious, you go about your day. But what if, just 6 hours later, you're hit with this crippling stomach pain, a crazy high fever, and you realize this is not just a simple stomach bug. This could be something way, way more dangerous. So today, we're going to break down a massive food poisoning outbreak to show you exactly how to spot those danger signs and what to do when every single minute counts. So let's set the scene. We're in Ho Chi Minh City, a place just buzzing with energy and, of course, the most incredible smells of street food you can imagine. But in November of 2025, that amazing scene, it turned into the epicenter of a citywide health emergency. And you might think the source of all this chaos was a big factory or some huge restaurant chain. But no, it was just a single, humble street food stall. And from that one little stall, get this, a staggering 304 people ended up in the hospital. We're talking in the span of just 1 week. It's just wild. That number is just shocking, right? So the big question becomes, what on earth was in the food that could cause that much damage to so many people? Okay, let's get into the investigation. All right, so here's the case. Over 7 days, patients just started flooding into 14 different hospitals all across the city, and they all had one thing in common, where they had eaten lunch. The culprit, the vehicle for this whole thing, was a classic, beloved banh mi sandwich. Investigators, they pretty quickly zeroed in on the fillings, the shredded chicken, the pay, the butter, and yup, the lab results came back and confirmed the bad guy in our story, a nasty bacteria called Salmonella. So what is this stuff really? We have to understand that Salmonella isn't your average run-of-the-mill stomach bug. Oh no, it is a serious bacterial infection, and it acts very differently inside your body. So basically, Salmonella is a type of bacteria that literally invades your intestinal tract. It's one of the biggest causes of food poisoning all over the world. And the symptoms? They usually kick in anywhere from 6 to 48 hours after you've eaten the contaminated food. And yeah, a lot of cases are mild, but some can get so severe that you absolutely need urgent medical care. And that right there is the million-dollar question, isn't it? When you're feeling just awful, how do you really know if this is something you can just write out at home or if you need to get to a hospital, like right now? Okay, this next part is all about helping you make that critical call. We're going to break down the key differences between a mild case of food poisoning and a severe infection that is a full-blown medical emergency. Let's really look at this symptom by symptom. You'll see a pattern here. It's all about intensity and how long it lasts. So with a mild case, you might get a little low-grade fever, maybe. But with a severe infection, we're talking a high fever, over 38.5 Celsius, that just won't break for more than 2 days. That dull stomachache, it becomes sharp, cramping pain. And please pay close attention to this one. For diarrhea, the huge red flag is when it's happening all the time, and this is key, if you see any blood or pus. Same thing for vomiting and fatigue. When it's just relentless and you're completely wiped out, you have crossed the line into emergency territory. Okay, think of this as your no excuses checklist. These are the red flags that mean stop what you're doing and go to the hospital right now. We're talking diarrhea more than 10 times in a day, vomiting so much you can't even keep water down, a fever that's spiked above 39 Celsius and just stays there, and any sign of blood. If you see these signs, it's not time to wait, it's time to go. So knowing the signs is step 1, but step 2 is having a crystal clear plan of what to do next. What's your move the moment these symptoms start showing up? Your game plan here is going to depend entirely on which path your symptoms are on. If they're mild, your focus is all about safe care at home. But if they're severe, the only action is getting to a hospital, period. So, if you're dealing with milder symptoms at home, there are 4 rules to live by. Number 1, rehydrate, but do it smartly. Sip an oral rehydration solution, an ORS. It's way better than just water because it's replacing the salts and electrolytes your body is losing. 2, eat light. Stick to bland stuff like soup, toast, you know the drill. 3, keep a close eye on your symptoms. And 4, and this is so important, do not self-medicate. Taking the wrong antibiotic for Salmonella can actually make things worse, so never ever take them unless a doctor tells you to. Now, it is absolutely vital to know that for certain high-risk groups, the rules completely change. The bar for seeking help is much, much lower. We're talking about young children, the elderly, pregnant women, or really anyone with a weakened immune system. You just can't afford to wait. For example, a child under 5 who has both diarrhea and a fever, that's an immediate trip to the hospital. For these groups, the risk of things getting very bad, very fast, is just too high to delay. So we've covered how to react, but honestly, the best strategy is always prevention. So how do you avoid getting into this mess in the first place? Well, it really comes down to 5 golden rules of food safety. And these 5 rules are so simple, but they are incredibly effective. First, cook your food all the way through to kill any bacteria. Wash your hands with soap often. Chill your leftovers right away. Choose to eat at places that look clean. And finally, probably the most important one, be vigilant. Trust your gut. If food looks weird or smells off, just don't eat it. It's not worth the risk. At the end of the day, the story of this outbreak in Ho Chi Minh City is a really powerful reminder. Your health is in your hands. A simple stomach bug doesn't usually come with a raging, persistent fever or bloody diarrhea. Those are not normal signs. Those are red flags for a very serious infection. And knowing the difference, that's not just some fun fact. That is knowledge that could genuinely save your life or the life of someone you care about. So the next time you feel sick after a meal, you'll know exactly what to look for.